Hello gamers, Mukluk here, and doing a quick spur of the moment here video on a topic that I think that other people would benefit from hearing about. So a few days ago, I did a video on shadow fruit can make you rich, and then in parentheses I was like, until the prices settle down. Well, after making that video and putting that on blast, it took about 48 hours for the prices to settle down, which is good. Shadow fruit were like, hundreds of gold for a few of them, and now they're down to like 10 gold each. So the people that jumped on that made a lot of money on day 1 and 2, and then after that, now the prices is lower, so getting the legendary backpack is just a tiny bit easier. And I do say a tiny bit because it's still freaking expensive. And the reason that it is really expensive is largely because of 4 things. And I wanted to share this with you guys because similar to the shadow fruit, this is something that if you decide to get these items, or if you already have these items, and if you decide to then sell them, you'll make it a stupid amount of money over the next few days. And then the cost of these items will start to go down and then level out, and then it will become easier for people to buy those items in the future. Market manipulation? No, it's not for me. I planted my own shadow fruit. They're growing. I've got 10 so far, and I'm waiting on some more because, you need 20. No, I'm not buying. I am sharing this because I think it's interesting. So we have finally got a list of the requirements for the legendary backpack. The one with the big tail, that also turns into the big dragon worm thing that you ride around on that we saw recently in a trailer. Now, among the items here, one of the things is Gift of the Feast, and it's basically just a mountain of food combined together that you're using to appease this demon to work with you. All right, and it's like any man, please, the way to our heart is through our stomach, right? All right, so among the Gift of the Feast things are 2 despicable recipes that can only be bought on certain days of the month from Pack Supply Network agents. I happen to have one of them. Spicy, no, not this one. Spicy herbed chicken. So if I theoretically were to just make a bunch of plates of spicy herbed chicken, they currently sell for 3 gold each. That's insane. All right, so because of that, the people that have this recipe, which are a minority right now, are buying tons of the ingredients, which are pile of zesty herbs, slab of poultry meat, ghost pepper, blah, 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 blah. Then they're just making this thing, and then they're selling it back on the TP, because anyone who wants to do the backpack needs 50 of these, all right? So if you happen to have this recipe from the Pack Supply Network agents from any time in the last 10 years, you could crank out a bunch of these things and make a lot of money right now. The second one is quite similar. Spicy marinated mushroom. This one I don't have the recipe for. I just never came across this one. So this one, same idea. If you have it, you could take the ingredients, make the item, sell it. Freaking 5 gold per plate right now. All right, the spicy marinated mushroom, and you need 50 of them to make the backpack, right? So the price of the ingredients is going up because the people that do have the recipe are buying them and then just crafting and selling repeatedly. But if you already have the recipe and you also have a bunch of this stuff just sitting in your material storage and you're not planning on making the backpack in the next week, a lot of cash to be gained from that right now. The third and fourth things are the shards. Anyone who's made Club Journey will remember the shards of Lowland Shore and the shards of Janthier Sentry. Essentially, the merchants in those zones, which are the heart merchants, after you do the heart, they will sell you some shards per week. This one is no different. Let me open my bank for just a second. Let's go here, and we have got... did I have them in my bank, or did I have them in my inventory? 1 second. Oh, there we go. Shards of Bavanisos, okay? So in Bavanisos, there is no hearts. There's a merchant right by the entrance and sells these shards, but you can only buy 20 per account per week, okay? And the other one, which I don't know where I put it, I'm not going to dig for it right now, is the shards of the Mistburn Barrens. There is a heart merchant in the Mistburn Barrens. If you do that heart, the price of them on the merchant goes down. So don't buy them without doing the heart first. Once again, you can buy 20 per week. To buy them, hang on just a second here. You need, let me see, shards of Bavanisos. You need 1 amalgamated gemstone and 2 of the Curious Mursat Remnants, which you get from doing events there, per shard you want to buy. And you can buy 20 per account per week. Shard of Mistburned Barrens uses 3 amalgam. Again, this price goes down to, hang on, discounted shard. Discounted shard is, yeah, after you do the heart, it's 1 amalgamated gemstone and 1 Curious Mursat Ruin shard, which are all over the place in the Mistburned Barrens, and a bit of karma, and you can buy 20 of these per account per week, okay? So that means if you're making the backpack yourself, you want to start this now, buy 20 Mistburned Baron shards and 20 Bavanisos shards from those merchants now-ish, and do that each week for 5 weeks, because you need 100 of each of those shards to make the legendary backpack. By the way, I'll have a full guide on that coming out soon. I'm sharing this now because I think it's worthwhile doing. All right? So if you wanted to rush the backpack right now, what do you think they're doing? They're getting 20 shards from the merchants, and they're buying 80 from other players. Okay? So that means if you're not in a rush to make the backpack, if you buy the 20 Mistburn shards from the merchant, and the 20 Bavanisos shards from that merchant, and then just sell them, they are never going to be worth more money than they are right now. And that is because, 1, more people will learn about this and sell them, and 2, this coming Tuesday, that is when everyone who already bought them can buy them a second time. All right? So this coming Tuesday, the number of these shards that exist in the economy will double, and the price will go down. Okay? So I just thought this was really cool. This is a way that people who are desperately need gold and they're actively playing the game, they can make some cash, but this is a short-term window of opportunity. And after the prices go down and settle out, due to lots of people doing this, then people that are making the backpack can, the price will go down and it'll be easier to make. Also, if you are a cook, strongly recommend you start visiting the Pack Supply Network agents each day. If you don't know how that works, if you do /wiki PSNA in the game, that will open up the Pack Supply Network agent wiki page, which talks about it. There's a mastery and central criteria that gives you access to this hidden line of merchants, and they move around every day. And every day you can come to this webpage and it gives you waypoint codes for all the locations of the current merchants. Maybe they sell recipes you don't have, maybe they won't. That is an option. But if you already have either of these recipes, or you're willing to go get these shards and sell them, there's a lot of money to be made today. The amount of money that this generates will go down over time. And then if you are patiently making the backpack, you can start getting your shards now. Get that done ahead of time, because it'll take 5 weekly resets if you're not buying them from other people. Or if you are patiently making the backpack, but you plan to buy materials from other people, hopefully after a little bit of time, the price of these 4 things will go down, because these are the big things. The Mystic Crafting module, which I plugged some months ago, has got Orrax manifested in it, and you can see the prices. Like, if I wanted to finish this right this second, I would have to drop 2,000 gold on it. Why would I have to drop 2,000 gold on it? 600 gold of it would be on Mistgate residue, which is stuff that is bought from Merchant and Bavanisos, but the materials for it are farmed in Bavanisos. So that will go down over time. Now, Mistgate residue is tradable, but the subcomponents of it, the important ones, are not tradable. The shards, you see this? If I wanted to buy my other 80 shards from other people, that would be 132 gold for the Mistburn Barons ones and 410 gold for the Bavanisos ones. And then down here, Gift of the Feast. So I have thousands of food stuff in my stash, and it would still take me another 429 gold to finish this if I wanted to rush it today, because of the recipe I don't have. The recipe I don't have is I believe the spicy marinated mushroom, so I'd have to drop 120 gold to get those mushrooms if I wanted to do it right now. The herb chicken, I do have the recipe, but the poultry meat, the price is going up and up and up and up and up and up because of other people with the recipe are just buying all the freaking chickens in Tyria and selling them, and it's enough to put Chick-fil-A out of business. All right, so like there's so much poultry stocks going on right now that even if you do have the recipe like me, this is just going to keep going up right now until some time has passed and it equalizes out. So that's it. I thought this was neat. It's a little bit of knowledge that will give people... Oh, those are some happy choya. It's a little bit of knowledge that will give people a short-term opportunity to make a lot of gold if they care about that. Knowledge that if they want to do the legendary backpack, they should get you started on those shards right now. And if you are going to make the legendary backpack in the future, if you one, get started on the shards, and two, you could keep an eye out for those cooking recipes because they're not available every single day, or you can wait a bit and the prices should mellow out a little bit on the trading post. I think that's it. I think that's everything I had to say on this topic. I thought it was worth sharing, and I'll see you in the next one. More guides are on the way.